He went through so much in his small little life. He's honestly my hero.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 good things that actually happened in 2021.
Grab a menu and follow me. There's a whole buffet that I'd like you to see.
For this list, we're looking at the most uplifting news stories and trends to occur in 2021. What was the best thing that happened to you in 2021? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. The cheetah returns to India. When we hear of an animal going extinct, we assume it's gone for good. However, the cheetah, which had been regarded as extinct in India for about 70 years, made a triumphant return to the country in 2021. To accomplish this, experts first had to find suitable environments for these big cats to live in.
It's important to say these are not pets.
No, these are wild animals.
They decided on the Kuno Palpur Wildlife Sanctuary, which is to be the home of 8 to 12 cheetahs originating from South Africa. While they're starting slow, the fact that they're even taking these steps is worth celebrating. We hope for a happy and harmonious coexistence among humans and cheetahs in India for years to come.
I am like the cheetah. I never give up.
Number 9. Guy Fieri Raises Money for Restaurant Workers. On shows like Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, Guy Fieri comes across as friendly and supportive of restaurant workers.
Get after it, boss. Squeezing all the meat right out of it.
And this isn't just an act he's putting on for the cameras. In 2021, Fieri, along with the National Restaurant Association, started the Restaurant Employee Relief Fund to help restaurant workers whose livelihood had been impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic.
I want the names and the cell numbers of the big CFOs, CEOs, COOs, presidents of companies that have direct contact to the restaurant industry.
They ended up raising around $25 million and gave $500 grants to more than 43,000 restaurant workers around the United States, as well as American territories like Guam and Puerto Rico. Finally, a politician for the people, the mayor of Flavortown.
I think I've had a very optimistic, scared but optimistic opinion of how we would come through this because I watched great people step up at difficult times to help mankind.
Number 8. Ratatouille the TikTok musical raises money for Actors Fund. If every cloud has a silver lining, then the COVID-19 pandemic has shown how much people are looking out for each other. In 2020, teacher Emily Jacobson uploaded a humorous tribute song to Remy, the hero rodent of Pixar's Ratatouille, to TikTok. Others joined in, and soon a full-fledged TikTok musical was born.
Ratatouille, served to peasants and the like. Ratatouille, do I dare humor it with a bite?
This caught the attention of Disney, who blessedly didn't shut it down, but instead approved a benefit performance to raise money for the Actors Fund.
Am I really at Cousteau's? Can it actually be? I was looking for a sign and got a 20-foot marquee.
A star-studded production featuring the likes of Titus Burgess, Wayne Brady, and Adam Lambert premiered on New Year's Day 2021 and raised more than $2 million. Just like the movie taught us, greatness can come from anywhere.
The right way of life is the way to go.
I found an apple core. I found a piece of bread.
I found a Band-Aid.
Number 7. World's most premature baby turns 1.
Does it seem like a miracle?
Definitely a miracle.
The odds of young Richard Scott William Hutchinson surviving after his premature birth in 2020 were not just deemed slim, they were deemed non-existent. Born 5 months early and weighing less than 1 pound, Richard's parents were told to expect a 0% chance of survival.
We were scared. I cried.
I wanted our son to survive so bad.
And they couldn't spend the night with him due to pandemic restrictions. So they would commute every day from Wisconsin to Minneapolis to see their newborn. Their support, as well as the efforts of the Children's Minnesota Hospital staff, helped Richard to rally, and he came home after 6 months.
I'm proud of him because I don't think I could have went through what he went through.
In June 2021, the world's most premature baby celebrated his first birthday, and we are so thrilled for him and his family.
Watch him develop into this happy little amazing person. There's just no feeling like it.
Number 6. The U.S. rejoins the Paris Accords. The scientific consensus that human activities are warming the planet is almost universal, including over 97% of actively publishing climate scientists. it may already be too late to prevent mass extinctions and an increase in natural disasters, along with trillions of dollars in associated costs. Yet it's proven difficult for governments to cooperate and take action. The 2021 United Nations Climate Change Conference disappointed many, with key nations watering down resolutions on coal power. But the year did see the U.S., the world's second largest CO2 emitter, rejoin the Paris Accords, having pulled out in 2017.
A cry for survival comes from the planet itself, a cry that can't be any more desperate or any more clear. And now,
while the Accords are not binding, it is an important symbolic move, signifying that the U.S. is rejoining the international community in a commitment to limit the rise in global temperature.
And really, it's put up or shut up time.
Number 5. Britney Spears' conservatorship ends. Pop star Britney Spears had been in a conservatorship in which her personal and business decisions were made by outside forces since 2008. This was originally supposed to be a temporary arrangement, but Spears eventually spent years at the mercy of her conservators, including her father Jamie. In the late 2010s, new light was shined on the arrangement, as well as Spears' desire to get out of it.
If I wasn't under the restraints that I'm under right now, with all the lawyers and doctors and people analyzing me every day and all that kind of stuff, if that wasn't there, I'd feel so liberated.
The Free Britney movement took the internet by storm.
Conservatorship has got to go!
And exposed how poorly Spears had been treated, especially by the media.
Are you okay, Britney?
Because this way, Britney.
Party this way. Over here, Britney. Your car is here.
And in November 2021, a judge formally terminated Spears' conservatorship.
That's so happy. She deserves all of the freedom.
We're feeling great. So excited. As long as Britney's happy, we're happy.
This case sparked an important conversation about ethics and conservatorships, one that hopefully inspires even more lasting changes. Number 4. Juneteenth becomes a federal holiday. June 19, 1865, better known as Juneteenth, is one of the most significant dates in American history, as it was the end of slavery in Texas, the last Confederate state to allow slavery. While Black communities have held celebrations commemorating Juneteenth for decades, it wasn't until 2021 that it was made a federal holiday.
And how come we pull out all sorts of decorations for St. Patrick's Day and we don't do anything for Juneteenth?
On June 17th, President Joe Biden signed the Juneteenth National Independence Day Act, which had support from both Democrats and Republicans. We hope this holiday becomes a time for both reflection and celebration, as well as one that inspires generations to come.
I'm really a little old lady in tennis shoes getting in everybody else's business.
Number 3. China eliminates malaria. Malaria, a mosquito-borne illness that some 229 million people contracted in 2019 alone, is still around. However, it's not as big of a threat as it once was. In 2021, China became the WHO Western Pacific region's first country to eliminate the disease since Brunei in 1987. Considering the country had reportedly 30 million annual cases during the 40s, this is a major milestone.
Each year, unfortunately, about 500,000 people die of malaria, but it would be probably nearer 1 million people if it wasn't for the widespread use of this effective malaria drug.
But it wasn't an overnight change. It took decades of sustained effort between health and government officials, with initiatives throughout the decades like the Project 523 and distribution of protective nets. 2020 marked 4 years in a row of no indigenous cases, and the WHO declared China malaria-free this year. Number 2. Kamala Harris becomes vice president. While Kamala Harris was elected as Vice President of the United States with the 2020 election, it wasn't until January 2021 that she was officially sworn into office.
I, Kamala Davy Harris, solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
This was a particularly significant inauguration, as Harris is not only the first woman to serve as Vice President, she's also the first Black Vice President.
So help me God.
In an Inauguration Day speech, the former California senator spoke of the country's history of rising to the occasion and meeting challenges with courage.
And what a testament it is to Joe's character that he had the audacity to break one of the most substantial barriers that exists in our country and select a woman as his vice president.
After a year marked by challenges and struggles, it was great to start 2021 with a leader reminding us not to give up hope.
But while I may be the first woman in this office, I will not be the last.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. COVID-19 vaccines. When the global COVID-19 pandemic started in 2020, the question on everyone's mind was, how soon can we get a vaccine for this?
It hurt to walk. It hurt to do everything. I tested positive for COVID.
It took plenty of research and clinical trials, but 2021 saw the introduction of multiple COVID-19 vaccine options, with companies like Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson helping to get people immunized. Vaccine rollouts have required patience and cooperation, with the most vulnerable populations being given priority.
When you're working in that space, obviously we've had numerous positives coming back from overseas, so knowing that we're more protected from catching it ourselves, but also we're less likely to be spreading it.
And while we are still yet to reach global immunity, more than 7 billion shots have been given in 184 countries. We hope 2022 is a year of more vaccinations and of better health for everyone, everywhere.
I know that that vaccine saved my life. It did its job.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.